Hello everyone. This video is going to be about Snowflake secondary role. So think of it like Snowflake already have system defined roles, primary roles, but secondary role and database roles are a little bit new. So in this video, I'll demonstrate what use case this secondary role can actually solve. Now to do that, we will do some quick setup. So if you see this, I have a staging underscore src1 schema, staging underscore src2 schema, two different tables. Think of it like it is coming from two different sources. And I will be creating necessary roles so that those roles access these two tables and those roles get assigned to a single user. Okay. Now for it, obviously you use security admin, create these two roles. Okay. And then through user admin, you create a user like this. This is the command to create a user, default role being this, right? And then obviously you grant those two roles to this user. Okay. And then after that, you need compute to execute the queries. So this is how you allocate the compute. Okay. And then what you do is you have the select privilege associate with role 1 dev src1 read and role 2 dev src2 read. Think of it like this role will be accessing the data for this table which is present under a different schema, and this role will be accessing the data to this table. Okay, and then some customary grants on database and schema level to the necessary roles, otherwise we will not be able to execute the select query. Okay, now what we did was we created a user, we created two roles, associated all the necessary privileges to it. Now what we will do is we will log in through this user from another console. Okay, so I already have that console open. Now I will be just firing this command to show that I have logged in using demo test user. So this was the demo test user. Okay, now what I will do is, think of it like I will change, this is already having RL2 dev src2 read. Okay, but let me change the context to RL1 dev src1 read. Okay, now through this I am trying to access, let's say select star from src1 quarterly sales, which is present under staging src1. Okay, so cool, I am able to access it, and even through this role I am seeing only this particular schema. I'm not seeing staging underscore src2 over here, right? Likewise, if I change my role to rl2 dev src2 read. Okay, now cool, it got executed. What will I do? I will fire this query. Okay, right? Now what will happen is, cool, I will be getting the data, and over here you see the context also changed. I see a different kind of schema, staging underscore src2. Cool, till here we are all good. Our back setup is done, things are working fine, right? Now what will happen is, now think of a classic scenario wherein you want to read the data from two different tables present in two different schemas. Okay, and you want to execute this kind of query. Okay, right? The user is same, it has privilege, but those privileges are present in two different roles. Okay, and you want to execute this src1 and src2 kind of tables which are present, and see whether this query is getting executed or not. Okay, let's see it. You saw the problem now. Demo, your staging underscore src1, you do not have access. Okay, it says because you have logged in through this role. Okay, now why did this occur? This occurred because you only have logged in through this user, and this user have access to src1 quarterly sales. Okay, not the sorry, src2 quarterly sales, not the src1 quarterly sales. That is why this query did not execute. Okay, now how do we mitigate this problem? Okay, to mitigate this problem, there is something called a secondary role. And how do I use it? You just fire this command. Okay, cool, right? Now you see these two schemas came up automatically, and now you will be able to kind of execute this statement. Your problem is solved right now. Okay, now just to check the secondary roles, what additional privileges you got apart from you having rl2, you execute this command, so it will say that you have rl1 also associated with your role now. Okay, and so this is how we enable the secondary role. To disable the secondary role, this is the command. You disable it. Okay, cool. You disabled it. Now if you try to execute it, it should not execute. Okay, right? Cool. It did not execute. Now, so the reason why this is very important is it has got potential to solve a lot of problems. Think of it like one single user can get multiple roles. It can get a developer, analyst, roles. And think of it like you are an admin and you want to inherit all those roles. Okay, you just cannot be changing the context always and trying to acquire those roles, right? You just have to fire this command and use it. And another classic example I've already shown you, if you want to kind of massage, curate data coming from two different sources, and then maybe put it in your final curated layer, you will not be able to do it if this is your RBAC setup. And this is where secondary role comes into picture. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful.